Oh boy. Oh man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Sorry about that, y'all. Uh, oh boy. Uh, whew. And sorry about that. My Android died, so I have to. Hey, yay, Nora Lake. Sorry about that, y'all. The Android died, and I had to get the. I guess it's not charging good enough with this cord I got from Family Dollar. Should have charged. I'm gonna have to use the cord that actually came with it in a few. But while it's charging, I can use my business phone, the iPhone. So again, I left off about how the astroplane look, and about the Scottish, or he was Scottish. He was Scottish. The Scottish guy who taught me how to what's it? And some of us grab pens and paper. What's going? Good morning. Good morning. All right. So this was back in 2000 and this was back in 2006 when I first started traveling on the astro plane and learning how to do it. And that's when I was told everything worked in reverse. So quit. I was doing it on my own. I spoke to this guy on the phone. I was working at this warehouse. I wasn't a manager or nothing. I just was there, and I'm in the break room, and I used to do what I like to call power naps in order to get myself through the day because we were working 12-hour days. You know, that's been right before. I want to say right before President Barack was elected for the first time or so. I forget. I'm in that time frame, and I met the guy. I forget what it was on what website, but he contacted me and he was like, "Hey brother, you got a good energy. Can we link up? Spirit told me you'll be able to be the one to help me get to the next level." And I'm like, "Cool." So we was corresponding. We talked on the phone. He had a really thick Scottish accent. Yeah, Scottish. Really thick Scottish accent, and he was telling me like, he said, "I don't want to go up." He said, "I want to go down." And I'm like, "What the hell you mean?" He says, "I want to go down to and talk to the demons to where they can teach me stuff because they the one that's been here, they're gonna tell the truth." He said the angels came and left, but the demons been here a long time. I'm like, hey, my dude, you know, if that's your deal, that's your deal. But I understood spirituality and how everybody had their own place in the universe and what they need to do to educate whoever, whatever. So I said, that's what's up. We get to talking, we get to communicating, we get to hanging out sometimes. So I was learning how to protect myself at the same time from dealing with various people that travel on the astral plane. So when I used to go to sleep, and I'm telling you guys how to do this, if you guys take a nap at your job or at your office, or just take a nap sitting in a chair, and you need to cross your legs. You need to cross your legs, and always before you leave the house, if you think you're going to be on a spiritual attack, get some Florida water, Canang water, or something, and just make an X on the base of your spine, at that right between that 33rd and that 32nd vertebrae there, and that'll stop people from trying to dig in. And I'll tell you why I said that. So me and him was talking, and so he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna be moving to Florida, X, Y, and Z. What we're gonna do, we're gonna rent a trailer, not a trailer." He said we're gonna rent a storage shed at like one of the self-storage that you could go in. And he said we could go in there, we could put some lights, we could draw a circle, we could do this. And he said we could have a place. You pay half, I pay half. We have a place to go and meditate and ascend up or down. And I thought that was weird as shit at the time because I wasn't so in-depth in the spirituality. I didn't understand the master circle. I didn't understand any of that. So, boom. I said, "No, pimping, I'm not going to do that." I say, "There got to be another way on my end." And he was like, "Okay." He said, "Well, what we'll do, we'll just meet up tonight." And he kept telling me at certain places to meet up with him on the astral plane. And so I did. On the astral plane, I realized I had no clothes on. I realized I was in physical peak form. It wasn't like a little extra, little. It wasn't all that extra shit. It was chiseled brothers. That's the form in my psyche that I wanted to take, and that's what I took. African warrior, gold butt naked with an afro. Go figure, right? Gold bracelets, all that shit with a spear, with a lion in the background as my protector god, or animal, whatever. That's how I appeared on the astral plane. He appeared as a really giant, like a super duper giant guy with a double-sided axe, full red beard, and all this fur shit like a Viking. And Vikings, they plague up there a lot. Caucasian people, they love the astral plane. Europeans, they love it, man. You see more of them up there than us. I don't know why. And so we was talking out there, and we would sit on the top of a mountain and just like this. And this is how, when I'm doing my serious meditation and I want to travel, this is how, hey, he taught me. He says you sit like this, and he say you go into a deep meditation. And I don't know what this is, but he called it barring. Now, I never heard this. I never heard anybody talk about how to get to the astral plane. I never read it in a book. This is coming from him. He said he would sit like this, and he would say, this is called barring. Okay, so I was barring. And he's teaching me this physically because I never saw him in person, never in my life. So we're barring. And we would bar 15 minutes. I open my eyes. Here it is. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me. Don't know how he looked. Never seen pictures of the guy. None of that shit. And we're barring. And we're like this. And on the astral plane, he had me hold it like this for about 15 to 20 minutes again. Then he said, you can let go your hands. So when I let go my hands, I dropped them. Now we're having a conversation like this. But he said, before I leave to get back into my body, I got to make that same position so it has to be calibrated. So my energy link up, because he said it was a vibrational energy. If I'm leaving my vibration at bar, he said that's the way you got to go. You got to get back to bar. This is weird shit, right? If you don't know. So I'm just learning, so I'm bar. So we'll talk, and he said, let's take a flight. And he said he did this to laugh at me, right? This astral plane is real, y'all. He did this to laugh at me. He says, all right, come follow me. He shoots up to the sky, and I'm noticing this silver cord connected to him. And so when I try to go up, I start sinking into the muck, into the ground, into a field of daisies or sunflowers. And I'm like, I can't go up. I'm sinking, dude. And he say, oh, I forgot. He laughed, chuckled his ass off. And everybody up there with him laughing at me. Ha, 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 newbie, ha, 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 ha. He says, everything works in reverse. He said, if you want to go up, you say go down. I say, okay. So, hey, hello, everyone. So he said, if you want to go up, you go down. He said, if you want to go left, you imagine yourself going right. If you want to go right, imagine yourself going left, etc. He said, if you want to stop, you tell yourself to go. So I'm like, okay, damn, that's kind of hurting my brain. I said, okay, cool. So he gave me about 5 minutes to calibrate. So I'm moving my fingers here. So I say, if I want to move the left finger, I need to move the right finger. So I learned how to do that. And I learned how to do it synonymously by acting like I'm typing or playing keyboards. Believe it or not, I mean, it's sick how the brain has to relate for you to understand stuff on the other side. So now I'm spiraling in a circle going upward because I'm thinking about going downward. It's weird. So I get up there. So now I'm up there. I'm with them. I'm with all these white boys and Chinese boys. I don't see nothing of me up there yet, you know. So I'm flying around, and I get stopped by another giant looking Scottish dude, as intimidating as you want to see. You'll probably see these guys in a pub somewhere back in Viking days in Valhalla or some shit. I could have swore I probably was near Valhalla. And he says, he stopped me. He said, what the fuck are you doing? And you can curse up there, by the way. He said, what the fuck are you doing? And I said, I'm just enjoying myself, man. I said, get out of here. And he says, look down there. And I looked down. And he says, you see your cord is crossing everybody's up. He said, you need to be mindful. You don't want to cross cords on the astral plane, because you cross cords, you take that person's life experiences, or you interrupt that person's journey by hindering them. So I said, damn, that kind of makes sense. So he wasn't being an asshole or a jerk. He was just telling me. So I had to go in reverse again and uncross everything. And once I did it, people started saying, okay, now I had so many people on the astral plane teaching me how to maneuver and exist up there. That's when I met an Asian guy. And he told me, this is how you get to Asia. And there's a portal, by the way. Each realm has a portal that you can go to, and you have to be taught how to access it. Now, I'm telling you some real secret ancient shit that not too many people talking about the astral plane. I haven't read anything about it. You have to access this through a portal. So if I want to go to China's astral plane, I gotta access it through China. So basically, the astral plane in this big old yellowish amarillo color sky with no form, no nothing. You're just up there, yellowish, purplish, brownish, reddish. It's a blend, but I just can't get it. The color escaping my head because my brain and my mouth can't relate it. But the only thing I could use the word is amarillo, and that's a Spanish word, I'm assuming. Like chrome. Imagine when chrome is shiny and you see that little glaze off of a chrome bumper or a chrome thing when it hits the sun. It had a little rainbowish but blending color. That's what it looked like up there the majority of the time. So the Asian guy told me about the portal. So then you know me, I'm saying shit, I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. So I was like, so man, how the hell I get to Africa? You know, I want to see what's going on over there. And then, just so happened, and I don't know why everybody on the astral plane makes themselves extremely huge, man. Everybody on there is like 9'1" tall and super duper muscular. I'm just this guy because my ego, I didn't know what I was doing, so I didn't have an ego at that time on the astral plane. And a big giant African brother came, and this is the first time I seen a female up there. And that African brother came with the female in tow. But here's the fucking thing, they had no cords. And I look, cause I said, man, what the hell are your cords? He said, we're not human. He said, we're not human. He said, we're spirits. And I'm like, spirits? He said, yeah, spirits are up here on the astral plane too. And I say, are you like a spirit guide? He's like, no, I'm just a wandering spirit having fun. You know, we get to go to the astral plane and go back to where we live, heaven, hell, whatever. I don't know. He didn't give me a name. But he said they get to go back and forth to the astral plane as they please, to play or to enjoy themselves or reflect. And I say, well, damn, brother, you know, I'm trying to be all pro-black here. I say, damn, brother, man, where Africa? I say, the Chinese man told me about the Chinese portal. I say, the Hispanic dude telling me about the portal to the Hispanos. I say, what about Africa, man? I say, we don't get to come up here. He say, oh, we do. He said, the portal is right over there. And he points. The whole time, the portal follows you. So when you're on the astral plane, think about the portal as lining up with you. The portal just needs you to go around and see what you want to go. But we're so indoctrinated by different things and different cultures other than our own that we tend to go to theirs first because that's what our brain know. So imagine a person that studied Comedics, the Comedic science, or study Islam and all that stuff, and they try to go to the astral plane. Naturally, their brain is going to be focused on that particular region to where they can go and they can help people out that way. So he says it's always been right there. He points to it and he said, I can't go through it. He said, but I can wait here for you. And I say, why would you wait for me? He say, I just want to. And him and the girl is having fun and they all painted up and they keep morphing and changing and doing all kind of shit, doing all kind of hand symbols and doing all shit like this with their hands and stuff that I didn't know what they were doing, but they was like, I'm sealing you, I'm sealing a grasp on you. And he says, I say, well, you can't touch my cord. I'm serious about that shit. I said, don't touch my cord. And he like, no, 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 no. He say, we're not allowed to touch your cord. If we touch your cord, we die instantly because the spirit can't touch your cord. I didn't know that about the astral plane. There's rules up there. So I go into Africa and I'm looking at landscapes, Serengetis, and all this shit. Keep in mind, all of this is happening in the span of 15 minutes. It feels like I've been up there for months. I feel like I've been partying for months up there. It's happening in the span of 15 minutes. So I go to Africa, I see what I want to see. I'm looking around, I'm enjoying myself, I'm dancing, I'm flying into the little huts and shit. I'm going down, sinking in the waters of Africa, looking at the giant animals under there, like, holy shit, this is real. So my Irish friend, my Scottish friend, he calls to me. He says, hey, Kip, come here. I said, okay, Kip. I said, Kip. So I float back. I do some kind of flip and I float back. But before I went out that portal from Africa back into the I'm gonna say the central hub to get you to each one of these different astral plane as cultural will have it. He says, hey Kip, come here. And it's just to show those two African people, they were sitting out there waiting for me and they was laughing and they were playing like fairies and shit. They're like, how you like it? And like I say, man, it's good. He say, and they said, yeah, 9,000 years ago we was there and it was great. I said, y'all 9,000 years old? He's like, yeah. See, shit, there's people here older than that. He say, that dude you're talking to that keeps calling Kip? He said, that guy's like 2 million years old. I say, but no, that's a guy from Scotland that I talked to in the waking world. He say, no, you're talking to his regular form. That is his astral projection. And I say, holy shit. I say, serious? He said, do you know how old you are? I didn't know. He said, you guys got 9 souls. And and I don't know where this come from. I'm telling you guys what they said to me. I haven't realized it. Only thing I relate to the number 9 is 9 lives from a cat. 9 realms from Asgard. He said, you guys got 9 souls. He said that this soul form that you take up here is only like 360,000 years old. He said, this is where your birth, this soul form birth 360,000 years ago. I'm telling you guys some real numbers, man. And I'm like, dude, I'm only like 32 or something, 31 at the time. Hell, you mean? I didn't understand that. But my Scottish friend calls me back. We get to talking. He say, how was it? And he said, how was it? I told him how it was. And he says, let's go to Ireland. So he grabs my hand and he shoots me into his Irish portal. And that takes me back in time. But I'm on the astral plane. I can't interact with anybody. I can't do anything. And I'm going to tell you guys right now, the smell wasn't so good to me. When I went to the Scottish world, it wasn't so good. It wasn't all grassy and earthy like it was when I went to Africa. It was more mud and marsh. And I said, what's that smell? He say it's civilization creating itself in this world at this time frame. I say, oh, because there was no houses, there was all marshy bogs and shit. And I'm saying, who's those people down there? He said, those are not humans. Those are fairies and imps and gargoyles and ghouls and all this other shit. I'm like, what? He said, did you not see this when you went down? I said, no, I didn't. I say, the only thing I saw was like real, actual human people. He said, I wish you would have took a closer look and you would have seen how entities was walking back then. And I'm like, oh, wow, shit. So I'm learning. This white boy is teaching me all this kind of shit, And I'm like, damn. So he's like, so let me educate you. So he takes me to a palace, like it's like a leap in time. He takes me to a palace and he's showing me different things, different artwork, stuff that wasn't from this dimension. What I realized, he did a multi-dimensional astral plane jump. And that's something totally different in itself. And I'm telling you, over the course of those years leading up to now, before I learned how to do the astral projection in real day and real time and things of that nature, man, that guy took me on a journey. So I was trying to get up there all the time. So me and this guy stopped communicating. He stopped texting me. He stopped contacting me on social media. I don't know what happened to him. I me personally, I think he went down to hell because that's where he said he wanted to go. I think he went down there and he got caught up in the wrong thing, and that's just my personal belief. I don't know. So I had to learn on my own, and I was traveling just about every other night trying to get to the astral plane to learn. I met up with a couple guys from India, and let me tell you something about the Hindu Indians when it comes to the astral projection and the astral plane. Boy, you will never find a more capable person. When I say capable, you would never find a more capable person, individual, than from the Hindu Indian culture that knows how to project that astral plane. I don't know what sequence of DNA or mentality or brain wave patterns they got, but man, when they could traverse that thing and maneuver, they are potent with it. And they taught me about reincarnation. They showed me how it worked. They showed me all this stuff, and I'm like, man, I'm going crazy. I said, I'm going crazy, man. And he was like, you're not going crazy. Surprisingly, they don't speak with their mouths. Everything is cognitive. Everything is projected through electrical brainwave patterns. So they taught me a lot. They taught me how to do this. They taught me how to do that. And they were just talking to me. They taught me about spaceships, and they were the first one to tell me about aliens and how I can access an extraterrestrial. How I can access an extraterrestrial astral plane, to which I don't want to go there because they're not so inviting to us human beings. So I don't want to go there again. That's dangerous, y'all. I mean, you can be severed. Your cord can be severed on the astral plane by a malicious person, by a malicious entity who's much stronger and more experienced. And that's how you can get your soul. That's why people end up in catatonic states. The golden bowl, right? Let not the golden bowl be broken. The silver cord needs to stay attached. So I want to reference this, right? I told you I was going to give you some references. So let's reference the astral plane to outer space. We're going to reference the astral plane to leaving Earth, physical, and going into the solar system, outer space. Now, when humans go into outer space, and I'm just giving you guys a reference of how it is. You're floating around up there, and you're in a spacesuit, which is your astral body. You have the tether. You have the tether cord that's connected to the main ship or to some form of oxygen to give you feed oxygen, etc. So they call that a golden umbilical cord, the silver umbilical cord. And if you look at all astronauts, that cord that they have attached to their spacesuit is typically in the front or the base of the spine, and it keeps them there, but they typically keep it on the front so they can pull themselves back. That practice and premises was done from people traveling to the astral plane. So they can pull themselves back, because you can't go in the back and pull yourself to a ship if you get too far out. It has to be in the front, which is your navel cord, your umbilical cord. So now, coming from the spaceship, an astronaut has that cord directly in the center that feeds the suit, everything right here. As a baby, we're inside this void, inside our mother's womb, and we have an umbilical cord. The umbilical cord is symbolic to the silver cord when you astral projecting in the astral plane. It's symbolic to getting your oxygen and feed from the universe as you're in outer space. So now when you're on the astral plane, that silver cord is what's keeping you connected to your mortal coil, which is your physical body. And if that thing becomes severed, you get lost in space. A connection, you get disconnected from the divine, you get disconnected from yourself. And imagine, and I'm going to tell you how the dangers of the astral plane. Let's say if you get connected from your physical body, get connected from your astral body, now you're just a shell. You're just a corpse, a shell with life, living, energy, everything, a soul still. Now let's say a malicious demon wants to get inside that body because they've cut that cord and you're floating because you didn't pay attention. That body can still move and operate as long as it has a will in it to do so. So it's dangerous up there on the astral plane. Somebody could chop that shit and get inside your body. That's where you get these people that wake up out of a coma and they don't know who the fuck they is. They have a different life. They don't recognize their family, their friends, anything. Who the fuck are you? because that's really not that person anymore. And people are like, you gotta remember me. I'm Becky. I love you. I was your wife for 30 years. Nah, bitch, I don't know you. Shit, I don't know you. My name is Travis Field Dorchester. I'm from England. I don't know who the fuck you are. Get out of my face. And they start a whole new life waking up out of a coma because they was traveling too long on the astral plane. This thing is serious. And that's just my personal experience, what the Hindus taught me and all that stuff up there. And it's just a beautiful place, man. It's a beautiful place, but you got to know the rules. You got to know how to protect yourself with it. You got to know everything. You can't get carried away. You can't let demons and spirits that's up there lingering, good and bad, mislead you and send you off on your path. And it's just a crazy thing. Again, that was in 2007 when I first started doing that. Fast forward to the day. I can control the astral projection in the astral plane to the point of my ability right now. This Eddie right here, this Baron right here, I control it to the point where I know how far to take it, and I know if I want to go somewhere, I know how to access the portal as soon as I get there versus maneuvering around, playing around. I don't got time to play up there. I know how to get to that portal, get to that time and space that I need to, and get my ass back here to grab information and learn, because that thing gets serious up there, y'all. Peace and blessings, Baron. Hey, how you doing? Thank you, guys. So I didn't mean, every time I do these lives, I be thinking they just gonna be like some small little 5-minute thing, but then so much just pour out, and I just want to talk. Y'all just don't know. I love it. Good morning. I'm still, yeah. So yeah, it's crazy. But fast forward to now, in my powers of astral projection, and my powers of astral projection right now has taken me to the point where I can control them somewhat. But believe it or not, the astral projection now is, I can control it to 3 to 7 days in the future. And I don't, it's weird because I don't know I'm doing it. I don't know that I'm doing it, by the way. But once I realize I'm doing it, it's like, shit, I've lived this moment before. And people say, oh, you get a do-over. You don't get a do-over. You just get to walk and be careful of how you proceed. The future is the future. The future is set. I'm telling you guys this. The future is set in stone, believe it or not. It's how you maneuver to get to that point. If they say you're going to die at 96, trust and believe you're going to expire at 96. But the life you live up until that 96 point, the 96-year point, is where you have the option to make it enjoyable or make it hateful or hurtful. That's the life lessons we need to know. That's a little bit about that. But I've developed the ability, I developed my psyche enough to be able to do remote viewing. So once you understand astral projection, and you understand how to do it, then you can be remote viewing. Some people come born with remote viewing. They come with it cognitive and they can just remote view at will. But then they don't know how they got that power to remote view. And then once they do a remote viewing, they end up coming back sick and sickly because they're up there and they're crossing antennas with the wrong entities and stuff like this. Then they come back sick. They got to take a refresher course. That's why in my readings, I can do that shit right on the spot. I could do it live because I understand. I understand that once that reading is over, I put my cards up and I wash my hands and I'm done. I'm done with that time. And I don't go to sleep and still go live that person's life or live that person's experience. Now, here's a little bit about having a guide when you're doing. It's great to have a guide, a spirit guide. And I heard somebody says, oh, what if you get the wrong guide? How do you know that person is the real deal? How do you know it's a real spirit and not just a malicious spirit trying to dig into your energy and your soul and all that stuff? I say because you will end up forming a bond with your spirit guide, a bond that nobody can break. No religious person can break it. No sickness, no fear, no doubt, no nothing can break it. My guide is the personification of Baronsimity of the Haitian Lowells. I'm from Barbados. I never did anything in Haitian voodoo, Lowell, whatever. But why did he come and choose me? So I had to understand. I researched. I realized this is Elegba. That he's a form of the door opener. I mean, yeah, the gatekeeper, the door opener. He's a form of that in all cultures. He's ranked symbolic with that. So I'm like, okay, then, so I talked to this person from Trinidad, a female from Trinidad, beautiful person, and she told me that I can be a messenger because of Baron Samadi, Elegua, Eshu, all them guys being doorway people. I can talk to any and every spirit on the planet that I choose because they can come to me as they want to, and I can choose to talk to them in any language. That's why when I'm doing readings for somebody that speaks Spanish, I can read. I don't understand the dialect myself, but I can read. And I caught myself one time at work playing around, and I was reading for the guys at work, just playing around like, hey man, come here, and I'm throwing the cards. And the guy from Cuba, he comes over there, and I saw the Orisha Ogun on him, and I started speaking Spanish because the spirit came through and wanted me to tell him something. And he says, oh my God, because then he started speaking English, but his English was not so good. How my friends say, his English was not so good looking. He started speaking English to me. I started speaking Spanish to him. Don't know what the hell I'm saying. And I told him something. He goes and tells his father. His father comes to me and says in Spanish, a thicker Spanish accent from Cuba at that more than me. And he's thanking me. And now I'm understanding what both of them are saying. I'm not bilingual by any means, you guys. I only speak English and some patois if I get around enough and I want to have a little fun, drink a little rum. And Santa Muerte, that's right. And we're conversing in the break room while I'm doing tarot cards. And I mean, these guys don't speak English. I don't speak Spanish, but we're having a 15-minute conversation in this. Then afterwards, I leave, I put the cards up, I go and I'm playing, put the cards up, take them back to the car, wash my Florida water hands, and, you know, he comes back and he's speaking Spanish to me, and I don't understand a damn thing he's saying, but he's giving me a hug saying thank you. He can say that in English. Then so I pull out my, Google Translator on my phone and I record it. Then it'll pop up in English. Then I read it back and I'll say the same and I show him like this. He's saying thank you. He needed to know that his grandmother was okay. I didn't even know that the spirit had came to me and was telling him about his grandmother. I didn't know that probably was his grandma speaking to him through me. And that was crazy because he's been wanting to get back to Cuba, but he didn't have the funds. And that's crazy. I don't speak Spanish. I don't know his grandmother. So how that happened? And to this day, he and his father, they love me, man. They give me boxes of cigars like this every time they go to Cuba and come back. So that's neat. But that's when you have spiritual control over astral projection. Remote viewing is just control astral projection. And I want you guys to remember that. So when you guys sit up there trying to develop your remote viewing powers, try to go to the astral plane and develop your astral plane powers first. Try to get that in perspective, and learn what that's about. What's that? When I relax and open to receive. Yes, it's crazy how we can understand different languages once we relax and just open our mind, be open-minded. What else I want to talk about? I'm a chatty Cathy tonight, this morning. See, I got all that hatred and malice out of my soul. Yeah, you gotta take your time. So, I'm just chatting my little ass up. What else can I tell you guys? See, when you do this purge and you get all that shit up out your man, it flows. That golden bowl is up there. I'm enlightened again. Especially if you're a tarot reader, a psychic empath. How do you find your God? You don't find your God. Your God find you. Typically, I like that question too because I'm glad you asked. When we're looking for our God, we typically find the wrong person. Your God typically finds you in the form of a shape, symbol, sign, or sigil. Hey, Grand Risings. So your God typically finds you. It's up to you to access. So the better question would be, how do you access your God? You access your God by looking around to what you're most afraid of. If you fear snakes, your God will be a snake. If you fear spiders, your God will be a spider. Now you translate all of that into a physical, earthly world to a deity. So let's say you go to the deity of the spiders, who is the spider goddess, god, or king, whatever. Then you say, you do your research in your mind and you ask them to say, all right, if you wasn't in spider form, something that I fear, what would you come into to be something that I cannot fear? They will manifest, and then you ask them for their name. You must ask them for their name. If you go along, have a God, and you don't know their name, you're fucking up. So I'm afraid of snakes, serpents, to which he's making me slightly overcome it. I can touch one, I can hold one, but not for long before I get squeaked out. But Baron Samadi, he comes to me and he has that snake around his neck. And I'm afraid of snakes, definitely afraid of snakes, because one tried to kill me when I was young. I don't know if I told y'all that story. For no reason, dropped out the tree, choking the shit out of me. I'm slapping it, don't know what it was. I'm 6 years old. Good morning. And then the guy, Angel, came, then tapped it and got it off my neck. Driving up the road, it's the guy from the Newport Billboard ad, to which I can't find no more. But yeah, yeah. So you have to ask them their name. Once you ask them their name, you ask them how can they manifest and view. How can they come to you in a form that they're not gonna view, that they're gonna freak you out and scare you, and then they'll take form. So Baron Samadhi came to me with the sunglasses, the missing tooth, and the top hat with the red and with the black and white suit, and I'm saying, oh, I'm a master mason. I can understand that. And that's when I develop a relationship. But prior to that, it was always snakes. I'm walking up the road, I'm looking in the corner, there's a snake right there, and I'm like, oh shit, a snake! Ah. You know, that's the first time I got run over by a car, and I died on the scene because I ran from a damn snake that was in the corner. Boom, car hit me. I'm dead for like a couple minutes. Come back to life. The snake is still there sitting to me. Nobody else can see the goddamn snake, but here it is. I'm too busy looking at the snake, and the snake wasn't even worried about me, just was chilling. So, and that was at the age of 13. So now I'm realizing, so now the embarrassed somebody turns into the Baron, then I know who he is, and he's speaking to me, and he's telling me this. He says he's gonna be my guide. He's gonna help me out. He's gonna work with me, walk with me, because I have a purpose. And then we start cultivating a relationship. He tells me what I can do for him. I tell him what he needs to do for me. I set the ground rules. I'm not going to deal with you if you do this right here. If you coach me in my sleep, I'm not going to deal with you. If you make me hate people, hex people, I'm not going to deal with you. And he was like, well, if you do not feed me and you do not honor me, I'm going to leave you. I can't leave you because I've attached myself, but I'm going to pull away and allow you to experience life on your own without protection. So we formed a bond. I don't own him. He don't own me. and that's how that worked. So that's how me and him formed a connection. And so then I asked him. Once I got the next, I say, "What's your other names throughout different cultures and religions?" And he say, "I'm known as Elegua, but that's just in title." And he told me about Elegba and Elegua, how they the same. He said, but I'm Baron. I'm the first man to be buried, died, and come back, and I'm protecting of the cemetery. I cause bodies to decay. I mean, he was saying all this shit, and I'm like, whoa, dude, you heavy. He says there's more powerful spirits than him, but he has a purpose, and nobody can supersede his purpose due to universal and divine law. That's when I started understanding the laws of different spirits and different entities and all that stuff there. And that's how I realized who my spirit guide was. Hey, Sunshine Goddess Sarah. Whoa, hey, how you doing? Hi. So Yeah, so that's how I realized how, and that's to that experience. That's how you would cultivate your spirit to God. You find what you're afraid of, and then you confront it. But then you tell that particular individual to reveal themselves in a way that they're not going to scare you, and then you cultivate a relationship before you start listening to that particular individual that comes to you. And once you realize that your soul and you make that deal with them saying, hey, don't do this, never give them access to your body, never give them access to this. And that's why when I do my readings, he's here. He sits here, or he's over there, or sometimes he'll be floating in the corner up there, and I'm like, I can hear you, dude, but you're not gonna take me over. Sometimes now they can take you over if you got that cognitive sense with them. But that's sometimes when he just really has something to say, and I'm saying I'm not gonna say it like you said. He'll take it over and say what needs to be said. But that's in extreme cases. But that's how you get your spirit guide. If you guys got another question, I would love to. My fear is mice. Can't stand them. Well, if your fear is mice and you can't stand mice, then you need to look up which deity is over mice. I would suggest you go to the Hindu culture. Maybe, I know you could be American, you could be Asian, whatever, but I suggest you go to the Hindu culture because over there, mice is more like you speak with the awakened one. Yeah, yeah, I can. Uh, so mice is over there is like revered. Spirit tell me to tell you to boil onion, garlic. Okay, I'm gonna do that right now because you didn't catch the first one, Sunshine Goddess Tarot. I just did a 4 hour meditation for the leap year. I mean for February 29th leap year date, and it purged me full of all this sickness, so all this cold and mucus and hatred and malice is coming up, and now I'm feeling better. Man, you should have called it a couple hours ago. I was coughing, dying, damn near choking, trying to get it out of me, but now I'm feeling better. What was I just talking about, man? I guess I'm tired, y'all. so, damn, what I was talking about now? See, we were talking about guides and shit, man, and then I just left. I was gonna segue into something else. Mice, thank you. So, if you're afraid of mice, the way you would get in contact with your spiritual guide, or you're afraid of mice, because your spiritual guide, your totem animal, whatever, it should come to it should come to what you're afraid of, because what we fear we reject, and 9 times off the 10 we reject our guides because we don't want to be told what to do due to our little self-imposed egos. So we reject our guides. So you find out what you're afraid of, and it's just mice for you. You want to look into the Hindu deities of what does the mice represent to the Hindu culture, because I'm just saying, I'm not telling you what your guide is. I don't have my cards out. I'm not reading anybody right now. You look into that and you see why the mice is so reverenced over there. And if they consider that to be a version of a god that deals with mice, then I would ask you to tap into that deity that deals with mice and see where's your connection with it. Read about it, discover it, say if you have some of the similar traits, etc. Go around to a whole nother culture, China, and see which is the mice god over there, rat god, mice god, all that stuff there. See what that thing fears and all that stuff, and that's how you cultivate. They just not gonna come to us. I'm just gonna be honest with you. We got guardian angels, but spirit guides just don't come to us. We have to embrace them like they embrace us, and that's the trade-off. That's the trick. Did you guys have any other questions? I'm feeling so good now, man. Wow. If you guys watched the first live, black seed oil is good also for healing of the body. But yes, it is. How can we humble someone and make them nicer, more friendly? You know what? Good thing you asked that question on leap year. The way you humble somebody and make them more friendly, you have to go deep into the resources of your mind and forgive that person. If you forgive that person, your physical energy won't attack that person, because that's why that person is really nasty to you, because you have some deep-seated anger issues towards that person. But if that person and I took up a fighting style, Shotokan and all that stuff when I was young, trying to be the badass. But is a saying in Shotokan that if somebody can't sense your movement, If somebody can sense your movement, then they can't sense how to attack you. The same thing as making somebody nicer in a physical form or in a spiritual form. If somebody don't sense the evil, the negativity, and the malice in your heart, how can they reflect that back to you? It's the mirror principle. So I got to deal with my enemy today, which I consider my enemy today, my adversary, I should say. I had to purge myself. So now, without all that in my heart, I can deal with that person. What if the person is a stranger like you met? Let me tell you something. No meeting is ever random. You met that person before in your lifetime, past lifetime, and you're holding on to all that past aggression for what they did to you eons and lifetimes before. That's why leap year is so important. You go down there and you get that gunk and shit up out of them lifetime. And you have in every 4 years of your life, February 29th, it come every 4 years, you have the opportunity to go and cleanse that shit up from past lifetimes to this time. You have to do it. This has to be a purging moon. Pisces, purge, leap year purge. Leap year purge, February 29th purge, you have to do it. Oh wow. You don't know. Your fourth. You gotta understand. Your fourth year is concurrent with your life. It just so supposed to be on. It just so February 29th. You're supposed to do a purge. I don't care if you're 1 years old to 59. You have to do a purge on leap year. And you just think about all the shit that you did, all the hatred that you want to get out your system for somebody and clean your golden bowl. That's it. It doesn't start on a certain day. Every February 29th, get yourself in some all white, draw you a circle, a salt, master sage, and throw that shit out. Throw that eating negativity and truly forgive those who want to hurt you. Read the 23rd Psalms and try to dissect that as best you can. That's my advice. That's what I did, and I was up for 4 hours doing it. I turned off the phone. I ain't answer nobody. I was just there. The kids were asleep. That was my time to forgive all the people who have hurt me, said negative things to me, to all the shit that I hurt people. I like that. We look beautiful in all white. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We damn sure look beautiful in all white. I had this hush. All white. I ain't put on no drawers because I ain't got no white drawers, so I had to go. I had to wear all white. Our reputations. What if I don't have all white? If you don't have all white, then go nude. Go nude. Or I would say put some Castilla powder on you. You can get that from the store, 75 cents a chalk. Just rub it up and turn yourself white like that, your face and everything. Just you want a nice reflective surfaces of purity. But if you don't have Castilla, Cascarilla, go nude. Oh, if you're seeing stuff through your eyes, midnight, I'm sorry, midnight, 12 o'clock midnight, when, for whatever time, you start purging on the 29th of February. But if you're seeing images through your eyes and you're not really forming that connection with your brain and you're just seeing random images, these are something that you need to take a look at, and now you need to get pen and paper and write down. Don't write down exactly what you see, write down what you think it means to you, and then read it again, and then you'll start developing the picture. That's just your synapses, like a past lifetime or like a precognitive thing coming to you, wanting to show you something, but you haven't directly meshed with your guide. That's, since we're talking about guides, you haven't meshed with them yet, so they're giving you what they can give you as a protection or as a precaution. Oh wow, I'm feeling a hell of a lot better, man. Man, a 4-hour meditation is maddening. Will the purge have lasting effects, or do I have to do it? No, once you purge on the 29th, once you purge on February 29th, it's like emptying the bowl. So now it can be refilled over the next course of the 4 years before you do your purge. It can be refilled. Why it's being refilled is giving you that time to forgive, forget. It's giving that time to gain understanding, to control your emotions, to control your wants, desires, fears, and all that stuff. Even to learn how to manifest. So come March 1st tomorrow, when I'm done, then I'm gonna start my manifestation. I'm gonna start saying, okay, Spirit, this is what I want, because I've already been to the bottom and I tapped into my desire. Maybe chew on garlic. Okay. Breath ain't gonna smell too good after that, but hey, I'm gonna do it. Uh, yeah, so after you do your purge on the 29th, you can do it today. You ain't gotta do it for 4 hours like I did and get all sick and coughing up mucus and crying tears or doubting yourself or just getting all that shit out. You can just do it. Take 15, 20 minutes today. Do the purge. Go down deep inside. Forgive those who hurt you. I mean, truly forgive them. Don't just surface forgive them. Forgive those who forgive our transgressors and all that. You do that there, but you go down and you truly remove that malice and that hate you have for that person, and you end up being very clean and happier. And then that bowl is empty. And now, over the next course of 4 years, because you're gonna get these cycles attacked, you can put that bowl in there, and then it won't get so full, because now every time you do it, it takes a little lower, because now you know what to expect, you know what to do, you know how to handle that person. You're not so angry, aggressive towards that person, and you get better at it. And then it just a beautiful thing. I like that. That's what I do. That's why I can stay so humble when people are trying to destroy my life or the reputation or anything. I can stay humble because I gotta forgive them. I ain't gonna forget, and I ain't gotta like you. Damn it, I damn sure gotta forgive you in order to forgive myself. People. Ooh. They were praying and chanting over your stomach. If you trying to have kids, then that's what's going on. But Spirit ain't telling me that you're trying to have kids with them going over chanting over your stomach. They saying they were removing a cancerous cyst, by the way. So I think it was the onset of stomach cancer, if I'm not mistaken, or some kind of internal parasite, stomach cancer, something that don't supposed to be there, and they was just trying to get it out of there. So don't be surprised if you have diarrhea. Spirit just said, why did you pop up? I'm not talking to you right now, I'm talking to them. You're gonna have diarrhea the next couple of days. Hit me up in the box and I bet you, Baron, I was shitting everywhere. Also drink several cups of tea, yes, throughout the day. Green tea, correct. Yes, no sweets, no sugar, green tea. Yes. I've been drinking my little iodized water in my $25 glass bottle bought from T-Vana. Oh, so you had the dream about the person giving you a nickel, and now you find the money everywhere. You got to think about silver and gold. So that nickel, that 5-cent piece, consider that like a blessing for the next 5 years. You're gonna be just getting random money, and that's gonna be in the course of 5 at the end, 55, 25, 15, in that sense. Yeah, I like that. Y'all giving me some remedies, I'm gonna do them. I don't know how long these live last, but I've been up here for like 53 minutes on the second live I did. So I've been talking since I came out of meditation. So you guys have seen my sickness and my health transformation. So I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna try to do another live tonight, just talking about random stuff, items and stuff, then and share some good news with you guys. But yeah, this was informative. I had to get all this stuff out. I had to teach about, the principles of ascension. I'm trying to conceive. That's what it is. So they're getting that cancer out of your stomach so you can't conceive. But you're gonna catch diarrhea, by the way. Spirit told me you're gonna be catching diarrhea, getting that pollution out your body so you can receive, so you can see. So he done answered your prayer. Yeah, I'm gonna get me a little rest. I'm gonna get me a little rest. Y'all know it. Oh man. I should. Yeah, I gotta get some sleep. I gotta get me about 2, 3 hours of sleep before I get with my day. Before I get with my day. Yeah. I'm gonna offer somebody something. Spirit telling me to offer somebody something. I got it, and I'm gonna do it on my live tonight. I'm gonna do a live tonight and offer somebody something, and I don't care who it is. If I can send it to 1 million people, I will. So I'm just gonna send out something email form for those who want it. It's free. I purchased it for $700 a long time ago, and I've just had it in PDF form. It's a book, and I think I'm just gonna give it away. Give it away as much as I can. Yeah, please update me. But just know diarrhea is gonna offset. Diarrhea is gonna come because they had to get that parasite that was blocking you from getting pregnant. Okay. Yeah, some of the books I read on astral projection. I could suggest some of all the books I read. One of the books that I love reading back and forth is called Ascension. It's called Ascension Magic. I know it's pretty big, right? The Baron. This is how far I've gotten in it. When is the lot tonight? I don't know. I'll make a post on it, but I'm gonna do it tonight. So yeah. So this is one of the books that I enjoy reading. I read slow when I'm doing magic. I don't speed read like I'm reading like a couple of my self-help books. This is a good one. This book cost me $33. I don't like it in PDF form. I actually love it in the book because the fingers allow me to understand it. So Ascension Magic. It's a great book by Christopher Pinskazak. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not Russian. I got one. Oh man, just so far I'm up to the Principles of Ascension #4, but the chapters. It's the dawn of the new age. It talks about how new age practices have changed and how numerology plays such a new role. That's how the number 2 and 9 equals 11, acknowledgement, understanding, and awakening. That's why this February the 29th is so important. And then you got the Merkaba here. I put my Merkaba up here in front of me when I was doing my meditation, and because I'm reading the book with the Merkaba on it, I wanted to make sure I understand what was going on. Can you type the author's name in the chat? I don't know if I could type the author's name, but I can put it as close to the camera as it will allow. And it's at the bottom. The Root of Ascension. Oh my God. You guys got to get this book here. I never plug somebody's book. I never plug somebody's book, man, because I'm writing my own, but this book right here is amazing. It's Pinsek. 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 Penczak. Pinskak. I think it's either Russian or Polish. I don't know. But yeah. So I'm on the 4th one now. The Principles of Ascension. Core beliefs. The limitation of languages. It's crazy. Always. Dreaming about white snakes represent the purity of it all. Yes, that's how you say it, Pinzak. With a C in there. Dreaming about white snakes is something symbolic. You should not be afraid of dreaming about white albino style snakes. They're a certain type of guide, but a purist guide, and they're coming to you to say, now what form should you take? I've taken the form as a pure snake. Yes, that's how you pronounce his name. I've taken the form of a pure snake. Now you need to add the color: red, black, green. What color is your soul gonna reflect me? And then that's your guide. That's gonna guide you where you gotta go. Simple stuff like that. They're easy. Well, I don't know if this video gonna cut out. What about elephants in a dream? Surprised you said that. If you're dreaming about elephants, I had my elephant totem. My elephant totem represents Elegba, the 32nd, between the 33rd and the 32nd vertebrae at the base of your spine. The elephant trunk. I needed him to do my thing, so it just represent, you know, ascension too. I love this. Hindus is on to something, right? They know what they're talking about. Nothing is what it seems. Nothing is what it seems, you know. Everything is symbolic. Yeah, so surprised you talked about surprised you talked about elephant. Elephants get, that's why they have the biggest memory. That's why that elephant trunks represent the spinal. Oh my God, I could teach about that shit. Yeah, my great grandmother and her sister always elephants. That's right. Elephant. Robert G. What? You know what? I recommend you studying every language, every culture and religion. But when you want to get into the Hindu version of it all, I do recommend you looking at the Hindu culture of it all. They want to say it's the oldest religion on the planet, to which I'm going to say no, I don't think so, but it's ancient as fuck. It's ancient as hell. I don't know if the oldest because, oh man, my Obatala statue just moved. My Obatala statue done like this on my money altar. And when I said it wasn't, he shifted a little bit. So I don't know. I ain't going crazy, y'all. That mean that the white snake was eating the black snake. Come on, that's symbolic. It's basically saying it's trying to eat the dark part of your soul. You still got to make a choice. Once that snake is gone, what color do you want the snake to be next? Do you want to be passionate, egotistical? Do you want to be orange, selfish, average? Do you want yellow to be prosperous and loved and all that stuff there? Snake and Mongoose. Oh yeah, Snake and Mongoose, yeah. That's a good book too. You know, it's a book called Snake and the Mongoose. It's an Asian book. I want to say by Lao Shin. New Hebrew. I didn't catch that one, and I don't know how to reach over here and pull the thing up and all that stuff there. I feel particular drawing the hoodoo and obia. My background is Caribbean. Well, if you feel particularly drawn to that, then by all means go to it, because that's an ancestral connection. But don't disclude the teachings and the education you can get from the Teotons and the American Indians, down to the Hindu Indians, down to the Spanish culture, even down to the Catholics and the Christian. Don't forget the teachings that can enhance and help you understand what you learn. Ooh, y'all. I recommend don't try this meditation, man. And, if you gotta work the next day. Woo. Thank you. Hey, Mr. Big. Mr. Big, I didn't see it. How do you get your energy and strength back that was taken from you? You got to understand, your strength and energy could never be taken. What it was a block that put up there to stop you from accessing it. Now, the way you access it, you just have to understand, and you just have to remember what it feels like to touch it. You remember what it feels like to touch it, then you can access it. It's just somebody put a block up there, a distraction. Simple, man. Magic is so simple, dude. Magic is so simple. It's not all about throwing bones and shit. Good morning. Magic is very simple. I love it. I love it. Well, what you do on the spiritual side, you got to do on the physical side. Ugh. Oh, boy. Ooh, y'all just don't know. My body is sore. You hope you don't get the coronavirus. Hey man, I don't think not too many people gonna get it. They got a cure for it anyway. Wow, all the way over there? What's going on? That's me, y'all. You called me. Elderberry. Oh, I love elderberry, man. I love those little. I love them. They get all the mucus up out you. You should always you should always find a spiritual teacher, but a teacher will appear when you're ready to learn. But I would say before everybody start jumping into looking for different spiritual people to teach you what you need to know, I encourage you to go and do a lot of research on your own, because you don't want to take that spiritual teacher's interpretation of what they've learned and make it your own, because then you're doing your spirit and your soul a disservice. This is what's got the whole Christian people fucked up in the head. You know, the Islamic people all nuts and crazy, you know, and that's why cultures that have multiple deities, they have a better sense of understanding, peace in their heart and peace in their mind, because they're taking the Christians and Islamic and all these people who believe in that one earthly God, they take that person's interpretation and let them tell them the story, and then they go home and they sin and they hurt each other and they hurt other people and do bad shit that need to be forgiven every Sunday or every other day, because they're not practicing their own spirituality. They're not getting connected with their own being and learning how to communicate with their own supreme being. So it's okay to get a spiritual teacher to help you understand what you're learning. That's it. That's all the teacher should be here for. That's what I should be here for. Baron, your word is gospel. No, my word is mechanical. I can teach you the mechanics of the shit. I can teach you the mechanics of how to lay a spell, how to say this, how to do this. But as far as you connecting and learning how to connect your own way, that's all you. Every teacher should be a mechanical teacher, teaching you the mechanics of it. I'm not going to tell you to worship with me the way I worship, to dance how I dance, to dress how I dress, to eat what I eat. No, I'm going to tell you how, if you want to contact this spirit, you need a sigil. You need this right here. You need to pray at this time, do this thing right here, do this right here, and whatever you feel like doing to add to that, make that your own. Just mechanics. The way I do it is different. The way I do it is different. So, quick thing, I'll show you this, what I'm working on. Y'all give me a break now, I don't want to lose it. So, I'm making my prosperity bags and stuff, right? I got my signs and sigil. This is not mine. This is come from the Kabbalah, and a guy named Belteshazzar Conjure. I think he was the one that did it, and if you message him, he'll talk to you. I'm shouting out another YouTuber, by the way. So this is the Jupiter thing, and this is how I learned a long time ago from the Key of Solomon, which I keep right here in my desk. I never lose that book. But this is what I'm working on for a couple people. 4 bags and all that good stuff right there. Don't mind the sticker, please. I don't touch it. I just did what I did. I just have to do it like that. I can't, once I do it, I can't do it. I can't touch it. Like, I can't alter nothing, because I blessed the person who made it too. That's a whole nother round. I've read Outwitting the Devil at least 4 times. I read Outwitting the Devil at least 4 times. I kid you not, 4 times in over the past year. Now I got it on audiobook, right, in my Kindle Fire, and I read it. It's a great book. When I go on long trips, I read it. I read the story of Gilgamesh. I really want to tell you guys about the story of Gilgamesh and what it means. I got so much stuff that I gotta upload. Good morning. That it's unreal. Remember, keep the sewer system clean. It gets rid of headaches. I love that part. I love it. I love it. Get rid of. So this is something I want to. Good morning. This is also something, and I thank you guys for listening to me rant and talk. I'm just coming off of this heavy meditation, and I'm feeling good about myself. That's all. I thank you guys for listening to me for over an hour. over 2 hours talking stuff. It's humbling. It's humbling and it's enjoyable as well. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. Uh, woo. What else can I say? My body calibrating. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you guys for appreciating. Uh, I don't know. It's so much I got up here, and it works by asking questions. You ask me questions, I can spout them out. Uh, that's how it works. Because I'm so afraid to talk about certain things that I be like, I don't want nobody to get the wrong thing and then go do something stupid thinking they know what to do. Do the spirits of our miscarriages live on? Let me tell you something. If you, and oh my God, women, oh my God, this is sensitive here. So, to my females out there, if you guys have ever been pregnant and you guys have ever miscarried, that miscarriage baby is still lingering. It never leaves you. It still hovers over your head. It still hovers over your head because that is supposed to be your baby. That soul is supposed to be reborn to you because you have the lesson to teach that soul. So if you miscarry, try again. Simple. If you miscarry, it's not going to be a different baby or a different soul. It's going to be that same soul trying to get back into that body to learn that lesson. Because when we're up there, we make the choice to be born to that particular person, to that father, to that mother. And we have to, because growing up, each one of you guys have to learn a lesson. That's how it is. So if you miscarry, that soul is still there, lingering around, waiting on you to get to have sex, to conceive, so it could get back in that baby and relive again. That's the rules, man. It's so rules to this. Then you put both up there. If you want to create an altar for a lost child, I will put both an item that represent both sexes because remember, the spirit didn't come and inhabit a body, so it was what they call it, unisexual. I don't know the words nowadays, so please don't counsel the barren. I don't know what the word's about when you don't have a gender. Gender neutral. That's the damn word. So just put both of them up there because you don't know what the baby would have been. So once you create your altar and you talking about the babies that are lost souls, you want to make sure you give that baby a name prior to you doing that because you don't want all lost souls baby coming to you. And now you're getting a psychopath, a killer, or a psychopath baby coming. You want the one that you was gonna call it by name when it came here, and that's what you want to do. Yes, it works the same way for abortion, but the abortion part is a woman got the right to choose. I'm all for that. But when you do the abortion portion, that means you stopped a life from being reborn. That's a strike on karma, by the way. So you have to get that life here, or you go and adopt or something like that. You have to bring a life in, not buying a dog or some shit. You have to bring a human life in or nurture a human life in some form or fashion in order to erase that karma point, and that's the God honest truth. But that spirit is still waiting up there for you to get pregnant. So it is what it is. Mm. Age limit? I'm confused. Ask that a different way for me because I'm not understanding. Is there an age limit? Is there an age limit on what? Having work done on the same situation by oh, you're 51. Oh, you're in the good year. Yes, that's perfect. That's being a nurse or a teacher is good for making amends. Yeah, you're never too old to have kids. You think it's your daughter? 8 weeks. Holy sheesh. Wow. I was gonna answer a question and I damn it I lost it because everybody started asking me stuff. I'm sorry. I can't go down and hit the button like I was showing how to look at the previous comments to comment on them. I do apologize. I've been following you for a long time now. I know you post spell work. Do you have something? I try not to post too many spells because the spells I post, I just got a big fear that people will misuse them. So I post prosperity spells and protection spells and things of that nature there. But I don't want to post a spell and how somebody can destroy somebody's life. I just don't want to, man. And I know it's a lot of spells out there, but the spells that's on the page and on the videos I post, they are really protection and precaution spells. They're good at protecting you. And I could do a lot more, but I rather educate you guys on the mechanics of how to do them yourself, so you won't have to need somebody like me. You won't need a Babalua. You won't need a priest. You won't need a magician. You become the magician. That's because magic is in all of us. It's to help somebody restore their life. You know what they say, a life for a life, right? So helping somebody restore life, you really need to be specific. You don't wanna make a deal with Mephisto here. And I'm just going with the Marvel thing, and I hope you guys look up Mephisto. Oh, so you had work done by one spiritual practitioner, then it didn't pan out the way you wanted, and you went and had another spiritual practitioner do it. I think that's okay because maybe his or her energy didn't resonate with you, or maybe at that time where you had it done with one person, it didn't resonate. Maybe you wasn't attentive to it, or maybe his prayers wasn't heard properly, or something went wrong. But then you have another one do it. I just ask that you disclose that to the next person you have the work done. Don't bash the particular individual, the female or the male who done the spell for you. Just be like, I had work done, it didn't manifest. You want to say I had work done and his or her shit didn't work, because now you're angering those spirits who that person actually called down, made that offer and paid. You're trying to say they're not good enough, they can't handle your situation, and all these spirits talk up there. So guess what? They're gonna be like, that person ungrateful. So you gotta still pay homage to the person who did something for you, even though it didn't pan out. It just didn't hit the mark. And I think I need somebody a little bit more powerful, or something a little more surgically precise. You know, that's how I would do it. But yeah, you can have another spellcaster work on your case, but allow a buffer zone. Don't have this one work on it today, then 2 days later you call this one and have him work on it, thinking that it's gonna increase the power tenfold, stack it up. You have 30 people working on it. You're just gonna confuse the spirit, because everybody work with different spirits, and different spirits operate different ways. Whew. Wow. Man, I'm getting hungry, but I don't want to eat. Isn't that crazy? I don't want to put nothing in my body, but I'm getting hungry. I guess all the meditation, I guess it's about to say nourish yourself. I just drank this water today. Oh, whew. I can feel it go to my stomach. Well, hello. Talks and tarot. Wow, man, dude. You know what freaked me out? It's a lot of people that does tarot that like watch me. Oh, speak on protection. I will. I got you. It's a lot of people that actually like other tarot readers that does tarot that watch me, right? And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And it's just amazing when I see somebody with tarot in their name. It just blows my mind, because so I've just started trying to do general tarot, and I'm gonna tell you, man, that takes so much out of me. I get so tired just from because I never did like millions of people, and I'm reading for a zodiac sign, and I have to take my hats off to every tarot person out there that throw them cards for a general purpose. Man, I didn't know the energy it takes on your guys' body. You guys do this day in and day out, I thought I was tight when I'm tapping into one person's energy, and that's the easy thing to do. But when you tapping into millions and you got to get that word for millions, and sheesh, man, that's amazing. What's going on, UK? That's amazing. So I got a lot of respect for tarot readers now. General tarot readers who do zodiac. I got a lot of respect. I just thought like, man, dude. I used to think like they're not that accurate, man. I mean, like I know y'all were telling the truth about me. Uh, it was like, damn, what the hell, man? They need to be more in depth, but you can't. You have to go general because you're reading. You're not directly connected to one person's energy, so you have to go general all around, and it's crazy. But now that I'm trying to get into the get into that particular realm of tarot reading, it hurts. My mind. I could do four at a time, and I have to stop and take a nap, and that's crazy because I can traverse the multiverse with my readings, but doing just a Leo tarot reading for the month of March, man, it takes so much out of you. So you guys have a really strong resistance that built up spiritual Ryatsu when it comes to this general tarot reading. And I take my hats off to you. And the service you guys are doing, it just cannot be done because people live their lives by this. It's a guide, it's a protection, it's all that. So bringing back up the protection, somebody asked me to talk about protection. So when you're doing protection, you want to do at least 3 protections a year. I would recommend like the Shango protection spell I have on my page. You can purchase it or you can do it yourself. When I do it, I add a little bit extra to it just to put my own spin on it. Oh yeah, it does give a different aspect on spirituality. I think it's the better one. I ain't gonna say right. I'll say it's the better one, but hey, we all got our own. But when you talk about protection, I think you should do at least 3 protection spells on yourself per year. The Shango protection spell, you want to protect yourself from your enemy. The second protection spell, you want to protect yourself from money. And the only thing that's doing is recharging your prosperity bag or getting into the realms of protecting financial, spiritual protection like that. And then you want to protect yourself. You want to protect your spirit, and that's the all white, wearing the all white, dancing around the circles and inviting nothing but good, inviting the guardians of the north, south, east, west to protect you, to shield you, asking for certain cherubim, angels. That's getting heavy. Asking for some of them to walk around. I ask for my 4 to protect me and everything, and then you want to, so I'd say 3 protection spells a year. I would start off by the basics. The Shango protection spell, again, that's on the page, that's on YouTube. It's an oldie goldie. Do that. That's one that's going to stop your enemies in your tracks, and it lasts forever, but increasing it every year can't hurt. Doing one that protect your finances. This is where you pray to Jupiter and you make sure Jupiter's magnetic field keep touching you blessing you on an abundant level. And then you want to pray for you want to do a protection spell on your spirit and your soul that you don't get misled or influenced by any other malicious entity out there trying to destroy you and things of that nature, you know. So that's how I would do protection. Well, that's how I do it, really. So. Yeah, I could do more story times and topics. I mean, if you guys on the Q&A or something, when I post a Q&A, if you guys put it up there, we still in the learning. Yes. If you guys want to know something about something, as in how I see it in my spiritual journey, and I'm gonna say as it relates to my spiritual journey and a jumping off point, a starting point, ask the question, and I'll tell you all what I've learned from my books. I'm not saying I'm the right one or I know it all, because there's a bunch of educated brothers out there that knows their thing, and educated brothers and sisters. But I'll tell you my interpretation, and if it's something you can take from and build on your own or build on theirs, by all means, grab it, integrate it, and work it. Okay, that's what it's all about. But I'll do more story time and how it relates to how it relates to magical practices and how I put it in place myself and how it worked for me and all that stuff there. So yeah, that's a good one. Oh boy, I don't mess with her. Woo, man, Puma Geary, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, if y'all know, I don't mess with Puma Geary. I got enough women problems. God knows, back in my day, I created some. So Puma Geary, I think she was the cause of all that. She showed up every last time for them, boy. Whew. Be careful with Puma Geary. I ask that you study the Brazil version of her and understand what they say over there. Oh, that's proof of spell work on your job. Oh my God, dude, the man was throwing up crap. And now to this day, that man is like a really good friend to me, and he stopped smoking. He's healthy. He always talked to me. Eddie, brother, Eddie, can I get this? And, it's crazy. It is energy draining for real. I'm learning that, and I'm trying to tap into y'all world, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Trust me. A great book to start with is the basic. Is the basic, right? I would start if you want to start your magical journey. The Lesser Key of Solomon. I meant the Greater Key of Solomon, and then read the Lesser Key of Solomon. I would encourage you not to do any other spells in here. If you're just starting off, just read the book, educate yourself, research. Then you go to the Lesser Key of Solomon. After you do the Lesser Key of Solomon, you want to go to the Book of Moses. I'm telling you, these books are out there. You want to go to the Book of Moses. Then, and I'm telling you how I started. Then I went and started researching Aleister Crowley, how he did it. You know what I'm saying? I went into Aleister Crowley. Then I started getting into more of Kabbalah. That's when I really jumped into understanding Kabbalah. I didn't hear that. Am I gonna do what in what? Mermaids. Ola Kun and Yemaya? Serious? That's crazy. Oh, I'm clearing up, y'all. Yes, it was, yes. Oh, all that's gonna get posted today. All that's gonna get posted today, and tomorrow I'll be doing. Tomorrow, Cancers, Geminis, and Taurus will be posted. So I'm trying to break them down in 3 because it makes me so tired to do. And I just did a 5-card selection, but April I'll be doing a 12-card spread on each zodiac sign because I've been praying to my spirit to learn how to tap in. I don't know Egsby. I don't know EGBE. I don't know it. I probably know it in a different tongue or a different name. But if you want to enlighten me, I'll damn sure look it up. A cult is everything. I did a video on Virgo. I did a Virgo video, and I think the Virgo tarot for the month of March. It just said that you said Virgos. You said what you said. I'm recalling. You said what you said. Now let it go. You insulted. You got your point across. You put somebody's business out there. Now let it go. Don't keep on doing that to somebody. You know, because you don't want that to come back to you. If you're gonna be spiritual and all that stuff, or you're gonna be trying to be your own. If you told somebody business or you slandered somebody, consider that you've done it, let it go. That's what Spirit told me about Virgo. I did Scorpio as well, being part of a heavenly mate. Okay, I'm always here. Damn, I couldn't read them fast enough. I need an editor. How to manifest on Scorpio too. Hey, Norlay. uh, how to manifest a divine love. You manifest a divine love by really. You manifest a divine love, and this is how I always done it. You manifest divine love by asking what you want, asking exactly what you want in life. I mean, most time people say opposites attract. It does, but it's not right. You got to manifest your mirror image, so you can love and accept yourself. And if you can love and accept yourself, you can accept that person that comes to you as your mirror image. If you're sneaky, you manifest a sneaky person. Now you both sit down and talk about it like, baby, we can't be so sneaky. You right, I understand you. We love each other. Mwah. So now you guys understand each other, you respect each other, and respect turns into love, and eventually love turns into forever. That's it in a nutshell. What did Liana ask? How do I do that? Oh, it's all about the petition. How do you manifest your love? You write down your petition, and you play the 7 sins. If you want some, you got to play the 7 sins, like thou shalt not kill. So you say, I want somebody that will kill for me, and I will kill for them too. Thou shalt not be gluttonous. I want somebody that will consume all of my time, and I will consume all of theirs. Thou shalt not, covet thy neighbor's wife. I want somebody who will do anything with me in the bedroom, and I'll do anything with them in the bedroom. You got to play the 7 sins, and that's what you need to write down on your petition. But you write down that's what you want, and then you say you'll do the same for that person. So then it doesn't be a sin, it becomes a canceling factor. And then you write that on that petition, write it with some dove's blood, put you some relationship love oil, wrap it up in a quartz crystal, and you set it on your altar, and you give Oshun an altar, and you go for it. That's how I did it. Just make sure you ask for exactly what you want. It'll come true. I can help you interpret dreams. If you send me like an email, I'll typically like reply. It takes a long time because I get like 1,000 emails a day. Believe it or not, I get a lot, y'all. Wow. It's important. I just been up. I've been up since 12 midnight. Any advice on Aries? I can't remember. I uploaded the Aries video. Well, I did it. It's time stamped to be uploaded soon. So it'll be uploaded today. You guys will see the Aries March horoscope. Wow. This is amazing. This is amazing, y'all. Barbados. Hey. Ring the ting, girl, you are the remedy. You ain't know me. Yes. Man, let me tell you, that Kabbalion book, oh my God, that is the one book that like numbs my brain. Every time I try to read it, my spiritual eyes won't let me grasp it, and I don't know what's wrong with that book. I have the book in hardback, and I have it on audio in my Kindle, and I cannot grasp it, so that's what I'm struggling with. I'm surprised you mentioned that. That's the one book I'm struggling with, but everybody I talk to, they say they understand it well. I don't know why I can't really grab it. Okay, Carolinas, what's going on? The way you know Shango and Ogun is working with you, is because you become more of a tactician and you become more confident in yourself. You take the confidence of Shango and the tactical skill he produced, and then you take the willpower and the daringness to do so from Ogun. So you'll know when you come up with an idea, you'll learn how to cultivate it, educate it, understand it, and then you'll act on it. That's how you know they're working in your life, because you take action, period. Simple question, simple answer is what it is. Oh boy. Wow, I've been up. I'm feeling so good. Thank you guys. Baron, do you follow a particular spiritual system, or do you use different practical? I follow Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah. but I blend that with the Ifa spiritual system from the Congo, Benin, Lagos, Yoruba practice, I should call it. So it just that I found that the Yoruba practice just pairs well with every religion on the planet, man. Every spiritual system on the planet. When you add that African spiritual system, that Yoruba pantheon, those deities line up so well, and it's a blessing. It just helps. It just helps me understand. That's what I use. I just love it. But my roots, I got my roots in Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, and the study of Kabbalah is the Hindus. They love Kabbalah too, and then they go into the Hindu practice. Then they go into the Ifa or the Yoruba practice. I mean, it follows a certain thing. You don't dream anymore. You better get your glass of salt water, your lapis lazuli, your yeah, your salt water, lapis lazuli, clear quartz crystals, amethyst, and a white candle. You better dream. That's gonna help you get your dreams back. Yeah, I know what you're talking about now. I know what you're talking about now. I didn't understand it at first, but yeah, I've read about it. I read about it and dabbled with it. I got some educational word books in there. Nutrition. Nutrition is everything. You're absolutely correct. You lead a band and say, go out there and dance next to it one night. Watch what happen. Watch what happen in your life if you dance. Your front door be unlocked when you wake up in the morning. Nothing bad will happen. I've tried that before. It's crazy, man. The Baron is a cut up. If y'all know who the Baron is, he loves to have fun. I'm talking about the spirit, not me. He's a shit talker, but he loves life, and that's what you gotta give. And he loves giving life and bringing life and keeping life flowing properly. So the Baron is a really great spirit deity to work with. Just just be honest and open when you work with him, and don't try to think you know more than him, because you don't. Tis my muerte calls on my spirit. Sometimes I just wish I spoke Spanish, but is that the Mexican deity with the scythe? Yeah, I'm feeling much better. Wow. Why? It's the throw the apple, man, over your shoulder. They love it. I don't know. I think that comment was, what do I recommend in breaking a soul tie? You break a soul tie by confronting that person if you can. That's where your astral travel. You go out there, you break that soul tie on the astral travel, and you take your hand from that person's hand. That's how you break that tie. It's a simple soul breaking tie. You can do soul tie rituals and all that stuff. But if you want to truly break a tie with somebody, go up there to the astral plane and take your hand out of their hand. It'll break it. Remember, I had to break a bunch of soul ties in my life. A bunch. You ask every time. I'm getting to them. I'm getting to upload them. I gotta make sure they right. I gotta make sure they right. Somebody said something about money spells. I didn't catch the comment. If you guys want to retype it for me. Wow. Yes, I'm working with a production to get them out so they can be proper and edited right and all that good stuff. God damn it! I need to bring this thing closer. How well do money spells work? Your money spells. Go to my money spells and look at some of the videos. Go there and look at some of the videos in the comments. Look at some of the comments. People are the spells that I put up there, the money spells, they're working pretty good too. They're working really good for people. Yeah, they were that one I did on you know, the green candle and the white candle. It works really well. A lot of people are making a lot of money from that. And the copper pot, it brings a lot of money in. Uh, I'm not complaining. I get money every week, and I'm not talking about from YouTube. I'm talking about like on my job, and I work in sales, so it helps. Thank you. I do face-to-face readings, but that's in a rarity. Uh, that's rare. I do them because I'm working 3 businesses I've started, and I'm cultivate 3 businesses I started. So the face-to-face readings are very hard, and I don't have a building yet. This is my studio. I converted one of my rooms into a studio. So what a guest room. What a I don't know. It's a step down floor. Yeah, I guess I converted it into a studio. But I would love to do face-to-face readings. I mean, that would make it so much better to connect with that person physically right there. No, it doesn't show up in income opportunities. It shows up in cash money. That's the crazy thing about it, because I talk to the celestial bodies as well, and hi, I talk to the celestial bodies as well, and the money show up in money form. It can show up in opportunities, but 9 times out of 10, somebody is gonna physically hand you some money. You're gonna physically get a dollar bill or something like that. That's the crazy thing about it. It's not like, oh, you're get it during income tax time. That's just a known factor. This is when you about to lose your house and everything, and all of a sudden something pop up, boom, oh shit, some saved my house. Yeah, it works. It's I got a video up there, the green candle spell, money, money come to me in abundance 3 times 3. And I'm telling you, it worked. I use it every Thursday, the hour of Jupiter. I do it myself right there on my prosperity altar. Yes, it is. I got that book, but I loaned it out. I loaned that out to somebody else. The Paulo Mayambo book. I loaned it out because I was afraid. I ain't gonna lie. That was a book that when I was researching, I was talking to some people that does Palo Santo, and I saw them stabbing themselves, and I didn't want to get too much into it because the Baron didn't tell me I should. But I was researching it, and it's a real powerful spiritual thing, and I'm telling you, it worked. Oh, you was afraid of too? Yeah, it'll spook you out, and I got a lot of spiritual knowledge, but it spooked me out because the Palo, they get down. They get down. You don't go in there faking with Palo. You don't fake with that one. You don't go in there. Oh, I just want to learn and be happy, and maybe you go in there to get it. It's instant. Pow, like a bullet. Pow. It pop off and things get to learning. You get to seeing. You get to dancing. Spirits come take over. You get impervious to pain. I done seen so much, man, and I'm like, you want to stick that where? I don't want to get hit in the head with a stick and show that I can't die. But the Palo boys, they do it. They get it down. So, yeah. Yeah, I know, right? You know what I'm talking about, man. If you ever seen a real one, boy, that pain threshold lead, that let you know that spirit there. So, oh wow, Certain stones in your left pocket brings money. Red bag, that red bag spell I got up there bring quick money. The red bag, the pouch how to make it, you can red bag, use a bandana. It brings money quick. And in the blue Jupiter bag that I'm doing right now, I'm making 4 at a time. I'll go and do my Ebo on it by Thursday coming to Jupiter and let them know that I'm real. Oh, a red wallet. Where my wallet at? I got a wallet spell that I did. Yeah, Palo is no joke. You scratch? Oh man, good job. Good job. Woo. Begora. I don't know what that word means. I'm gonna have to research it. It's downloaded here. Oh wow. Everybody waking up. The red string is a Kabbalah thing, and I think it gets tied around your left wrist. Research the red string. It's helpful, but it's a certain red string if you can get it ordered directly from the temple over there. But that red string is important. But the red string, I wore that around my wrist for a long time. And it helps. It helps bring in money as well. A lot. Oh boy. I'm feeling good, y'all. I'm feeling good. I got that hatred and malice out of my heart. The headache is hurting, so outwitting the devil. I think I'm gonna go and use the bathroom probably today and get the headache, clean out the sewer system. That's a joke if you ever read the book Outwitting the Devil. Hey, greetings, greetings, greetings.
Here's a summary from Wikipedia.
The government listening. Yes, thank you. The government listening. Here's a summary. These damn phones. You don't really need to join. You clean the sewer system. Yeah. I don't think you need to join a group. I just think you need to get with the proper person to help you interpret them. That's all. That's it. Joining a group is serious. You got to join the proper group at that. You got to be real mindful of people who you join. I'm a loner. I just have my spirits and my saints with me. And when I feel like refreshing, I go into that closet right there. I close that door. I burn me some sage. And I light my candle. And I talk to every last one of them I got in there. And sometimes I just sit in there with the music playing so they can hear it. And I'm just singing to them. I don't even ask them for nothing. I just sing to them and talk to them. Appointments today. I don't know if I'm booked up. I think I stopped reading at 2:30. I think I'm booked up all the way to 2:30, and then I stopped because I gotta take care of some personal issues. But in Sundays I don't read. That's the day for me to just sit back and rest and do things of that nature there. I will not have no more after 2. If you can go to the website and book before 2 and see what's open in that slot, I can take you. But if ain't nothing open, I don't know. Oh, man, I'm feeling good. Man, that was a whole 4-hour meditation session and I didn't fall asleep. The whole time I was inside my brain forgiving everybody this leap year, man. This is crazy. Good morning. Good morning, Jet Jasmine. Black Witch Yaya. Oh, well, I'm learning to speed read. They'll thank you, devil worship. Oh, what does candle say? What does... Oh my God, I got my candle burning here, y'all. Yes, And it cute when you just say their name for no reason and they just pop in your head. Oh boy. I swear that's just the purge, y'all. Nothing else. You going to hell? Yes. Gotta be loner with this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna do that now. Thank you. I'm doing the garlic and the cayenne. If Papa Lake Boy is always calling you, I think you should go stand in front of your door, put half of your body outside your door and keep half of it in, and then try to talk to him like that. That's a secret that I deal with when I talk to Papa Lake Boy. That's what I do. I get up in the morning and I put half of my body outside the door and half in, and then I ask him what he wants and things of that nature there. The door is symbolic to the mind, to the soul, half and half. One half in the spiritual world, one half on the threshold. Teaching, education comes in every form. You'll know if he's calling. You'll know if he's calling if you smell something sweet, and then you hear a voice. It's a low voice, but it's a funny, laughy type voice. Like, hey. It's a very. It makes you want to smile when you hear Lake Boy calling you. It makes you want to smile. You know what? I'm surprised you asked about the mirror magic, because I got a video coming up on mirror magic, but the spirits say I can't release it till the right time. I think it's supposed to be Easter. I'm supposed to release it. So just wait for Easter, the mirror magic video. You on point. You on point. I can't release that mirror magic till Easter. Spirits say it's not supposed to be released till Easter, because that's the video that's going to go viral. And I think you guys really need to share that video, because that video is going to heal the world. That mirror magic video is going to heal people. If we could just get them to get it out there to their thing. So I'm going to beg you guys to give me at least 1,000 views on that one. I think 1,000 views and 500 shares, that thing will go viral, because that's what we need to heal everybody. And trust me, it's going to work. Spirit told me, and I did it, and it's sitting right here in that computer right there. Oh, then the old man asking you what he want, that means he's serious. He's serious. I don't think he likes honey. I think he's more so, Papa Lake Boy more so like it like, oh, the Aries video just uploaded. The Aries tarot video for March. I think when it comes to honey, I wouldn't do honey with him. I just give him like sweet treats or honey style candy. He likes something to chew on, to gnaw his teeth around. More so don't pour honey on him. That's for a woman. That's a woman thing, the Oshun. Y'all need to check out Black Witch Yaya. The education she's gotten on Oshun is amazing, and she's gonna tell you guys about honey. If you guys haven't checked out her Yemaya video, it was beautiful, and it's all left up to interpretation. She did it. I rewatched it. She did it excellent. She didn't hurt anybody's feelings. She didn't go against nobody's belief. She gave how she's learned it and how she got to practice, and that's how it's supposed to be. She's doing the same one, just like with Oshun and talking about the honey. So be look on that for Black Witch Yaya page. I mean, patronize her page, y'all. She's learning. She's like a direct student of mine, and she asks me so many questions. It get annoying. I'm trying to rest or read a book, and she, what about this? And I have to go and tell her, then I have to show her, and she just soaks it up like a sponge, and she's learning how to do this crystal magic and all this other stuff. It's a beautiful thing, y'all. So go check out the Oshun video once she uploaded, probably by next week. First view, yay, Savannah Moon. To be honest, The movies that I like to watch, cartoons. Anything cartoon, anything animated. I like animated. I love animation, Cartoon Network, Netflix, any kind of cartoons, a cartoon. But if I have to say a movie that I like to watch, it would be action movies. I love action movies, karate, all that stuff. Man, I'd be thinking I could kick down a wall, climb up a tree, like the old Shaw Brothers kung fu films. I'll break your legs. I love that. I love it. I love it. But everybody, I'm okay. I think I'm gonna do this for about 5 more minutes. I seen the premiere of Sonic because I don't get to watch TV that much. But I seen the premiere of Sonic, and it looks good. They say it's winning in the box office. Undone? Okay, Amazon Prime, and I do got Amazon Prime. Yeah, Jim Carrey is amazing, and he's in Awaken. Oh yeah, the Shaw Brothers film. Mm, mm. The 18 Jet Glue Hans. 18 Jet Glue Hans. Oh my God. Walker the Panther, the Invisible Shaolin Monk. Uh, Shaolin versus the Wudang Mountain. East Bayou is a really good magical movie. Hey, thank you. Of course, you always make him an altar. He's the first one you should make in your house, and you put him behind the door. You put him behind your front door. Always make Papa Legba an altar in your house. Always. I have 3. I have 2. I have 2. No, 3. No, I have a Baron in the closet. I have Papa Legba in his own, in my cabinet, and I have a Money Legba, which I do make Money Legbas, and that's a whole nother thing there. I have a Money Legba behind the door, and I have Eshu outside. So yeah, I got at least the four versions of the Legba around my house. Then I got the other saints. Yeah, I always make one for him. I would say the main thing about the Orisha, you want to put the main purpose, you put the lake bar behind the door, and you put SU outside. Other than that, just a sacred space, but never put any altar in your bedroom. If you do, make sure you cover it up at night or when you're not attending to it, but anyone is good. The closets are always good. A sacred room, you can have all of them in there. I have the saint's closet, and my kids call it a specter room. They word, not mine. And keep them in the closet, so I keep them all in there. But as far as my SU, he's outside. My leg bar is behind my front door, or I keep him in his own little cabinet that I can open and close as he requests. Oh wow, everybody, I think it's coming time. It's time to come too, y'all. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my spiritual friends. Oh, you need to do an Oshun altar. Ooh. That's why you got to get a room for them. Don't make your whole house that. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for listening to me. I am not on Facebook yet, but that's coming. Listen, January, February, March, April, all that's coming. I'm going to be on all platforms in April. I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do that now. All right, everybody. I want to just say, since I know I got 1 minute, I think you're going to go for 2 hours here. Y'all remember, later, not buy. That's right. Remember, everybody, trust the you and universe, because at the end of the day, all you got, Be sure to like, share, and subscribe my videos. We'll be doing a live tonight, so thank you guys. I promise it won't be 4 hours long. That was just me coming off, and I had that energy. Now I'm winding down. Everybody, thank you guys. Thank you guys for asking the questions. Keep in mind, tonight I will be sending somebody a $750 book I purchased a while back. It's a magical book. I'm just gonna give it away. There's no thing. It's just, if I could give away 1 million of them, I would. So you gotta be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys. God bless. Have a good one. All right. It's time.